So today we will be speaking about some strong squares. Okay, so black played d5 and he weakened the e5 square. So now we can see that e5 is a weak square, and it is weak square for black uh, because we can easily occupy it, and it is located on the black's side.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the black side, and however, today we will be speaking about strong squares, and strong square so can be located on your own side.
Mm-hmm.
In this position, by the way, d5 was a positional mistake,
Mm-hmm.
and white replied with e5. And now in this position, the position of the knight on d4 is really good, and d4 is a strong square because he can't occupy it. I mean, he can't attack the square.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But at the same time, we can't say that this square is weak for black, right?
Mm.
Because it is located on the white side of the board.
Mm-hmm.
Knight d7. So at least white should control the e5 pawn and prevent the move f5, because f5 weakens the e5 pawn, and black could take with the knight. Queen h5. White is starting the attack. No, his plan is to get the rook to the third rank. g6. Queen h6, rook e8. What is the idea of rook e8 move?
To move the bishop back to e8. F8, sorry.
f8, f8, right. a6 here. Uh, Black needs to create some counterplay on the other side. g4.
Mm-hmm.
So usually when we are castled to the same side, we don't advance our pawns uh,
Mm.
from our king, because it weakens our king's position. Why can we do it here in this type of the position?
Because it's a relatively closed position.
Yes, and the center is closed,
Mm-hmm.
and it's impossible to open the position for black. In this position, black played queen c7. What do you think? What is the best plan for black to defend his king?
Um, I was thinking about maybe f6 or something.
Yeah, you're right. f6 should be played.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think? What now white can do after f6?
Mm-hmm. Well, the e-pawn's hanging.
Yeah, it
Um,
is.
At the same time, though, if we let them take, then we take, then the f-file's open, so maybe that could contribute to the
Uh,
attack.
but we lose the pawn on e5.
We lose the pawn on e5, yeah, but we might have a stronger attack then. Because then also our bishop's diagonal is open, so I can move to h6, and our rook gets the f-file, but I'm not sure if it's enough, because the position is slightly open, so black is able to more easily move their pieces in to defend, so maybe not.
No, I don't think it's enough, so
Yeah. In that case, we should probably take.
take on f6, and he takes with the queen.
Hmm. Okay. Um,
Try to find something better for white.
Okay. What if I played g5?
F captures on e5.
Knight captures on e6.
With the idea to play queen c7.
Knight d7, yeah.
Okay, g5, f5.
Then our bishop's not so good, but
I think f5 here makes sense.
mm,
The pawn on e6 is hanging, so we should calculate this line. Knight takes, bishop takes. And if queen c7, then what?
I guess we should probably just capture the knight. On b3. But surely there's a better move than that. Oh.
No, maybe this is not the best thing we can do. What if
Maybe
after queen c7 we leave
capture on f6?
capture on f6? Yeah, this is what I was thinking. But knight c5, he escapes.
No, he doesn't.
Why?
I think because h5 is blocked by the pawn. Oh, no, damn it, because I was thinking about some lines where... Okay, so here's what I was thinking. We play bishop takes on c5. Bishop takes. Yeah. And then we play simply rook comes to c7, and I think that works actually.
Let's check.
Oh, damn it. Okay. If it wasn't, it would be fine. Oh well. Sorry.
Maybe something like this. What if we start with this move? No, it doesn't make sense. Rook d7, knight d5. No, it's not a good idea. Okay, I think we should capture on f8, rook f8, and then take on c5. Or maybe let's go back here. We should take with the knight. That's much better, I think, because we are threatening to take on f6. For example, if rook e6, knight takes on f6. Bishop g7.
Mm,
Uh,
wait, knight takes an f6 after rook. Isn't it hanging though?
the queen is hanging.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah, I'm done.
So knight d5, yeah, and he can't take the pawn. And we are also attacking on f6. So f6 move also leads to a better position for white. Queen c7 was played. Rook f3, knight c4. Oh, okay, so here we don't want to lose the dark squared bishop. That's why we capture on c4, queen c4. So why didn't he take with the d pawn?
I don't know. It stops the queen from having control of the c file.
No, it allows white to use the e4 square.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And later this knight can move to g5 or f6.
Yeah, alright.
Okay, so queen takes on c4. Queen h4 to double on the h file. Bishop g7, rook h3. Knight f8 to protect on h7. a3. b5. So maybe a3 stops the attack on the queen side.
Mm.
Knight c2 e2. Can you explain this move?
Um,
Why white played knight c2 e2? Where does this knight go?
maybe to g3, or maybe he wants to play f5 and then move him to f4.
And then?
Yeah, on both lines it looks kind of useless.
Yeah.
So I guess not. Maybe... Not sure. I don't know.
Okay, so the knight wants to make this maneuver.
Oh.
And then he can occupy the f6 square.
It's ridiculously long.
Yeah, it takes many tempers, but actually black can't do anything to prevent it. So queen c7, knight c1. a5, knight d3. Bishop a6, g5. Bishop h8. So what is the idea of bishop h8?
I guess so that maybe they can move their pawns and let the queen come to g7 instead or something. That doesn't really make
Yeah,
much sense
so
though.
because he wants to play h5, and if bishop is on g7, then we
Oh,
take with the
goodness.
temper. But now we take,
Yeah,
moving the
okay.
pawn, but now this pawn blocks the enemy king. Okay, so the h file is blocked. What to do? What do you think? Looks like white has to change the plan.
Yeah, or maybe they could play knight g4 anyway.
Knight g4 and then what?
I don't know.
Knight f6?
Um,
Knight g4, queen e7.
um,
By the way, what do you think if white plays knight to f3?
looks good.
How to defend the position?
Doesn't look like they can.
Hmm.
Okay, so knight f3.
Okay. Actually, in the game it was played knight g3, and the idea was to attack the g6 pawn. But what if knight f3?
Yeah,
Because
it
we are
looks better.
threatening to play knight g5 and h7 and queen h6.
h7, queen h6 checkmate, yeah.
Well, let's ask a computer what he thinks. Knight d7, knight g5, king g8. Queen h6, king e7. Queen h4, king f8. So there is no checkmate here. But we can play f5.
Mm-hmm.
And then e6. The idea is to weaken um, the g6 pawn. Okay, yeah, looks like the move I suggested, knight f3, was the best move here. But unfortunately, white played rook g3. His new plan is to attack the pawn on g6. b4, a captures on b4, a captures on b4. Queen g4. Oh, looks like I missed something. Wait a second. In this position, black played knight h7, not king h7.
Okay,
That's
that
why,
changes everything. That's
yeah,
why they don't play knight
knight
f3,
f3
yeah.
doesn't make sense now. So
Yeah.
rook g3, and so queen g4, knight f8 to protect this pawn. How would you continue the attack?
Mm. h7 to open up the h file.
Maybe there is something else.
Probably.
How to increase the pressure on g6?
Play h4, h5.
h4. Rook e to b8. h5.
h5.
Bishop c8. And to protect on e6. Knight h3. Rook a6. Another protection. Oh, mostly on e6.
Mm-hmm.
Knight g5. So what does white threaten now?
Um, Not sure. So white's. I feel like maybe taking on g6 immediately would be unwise because f takes and maybe the queen can come into the action and defend, but
Mm-hmm.
so I guess h7 is a good move to start off the attack.
h7, king g7.
Mm-hmm. Then h6,
King takes on h6.
queen h4.
h4, king back to g7.
Rook h3.
Yeah, rook h3, right. So for example, if black loses the tempo, then h7. If he can't take with the knight, because after knight straight, we can capture on g6 and checkmate. If king g7, then h6, king takes, queen h4 check, and just rook h3, threatening to play queen h6, checkmate. That's why it was played g takes on h5. What happened then?
Um, is there some crazy check with the knight or something?
Maybe.
Because we could take on, e6, then
Then
win a pawn.
our queen
Two
is hanging.
pawns. Yeah, but their queen is also hanging. And then so after they take our queen, we take with the rook check, and then we can take the queen, I guess. And we win a pawn. And the rook's also under attack.
Rook a2. But I think this is the possible line because white is better. But of course, there is a better move.
Yeah, of course. Capture on h5, I guess.
Then knight g6.
H7 first could make sense.
h7. What if he takes with the knight?
Knight. I don't know.
Yeah, h7 is the correct move. After h7, black resigned.
Oh,
If, for example, knight takes on h7, then we play queen h5, and the knight is under attack. At the same time, we are threatening to create a discovery check.
oh, goodness. Okay, whoops.
So he has to take.
Mhm.
But then queen takes on g5, king f8, and after queen h6, we win the bishop, or queen g8. At least we win the bishop. if, for example, after h7 he plays king g5, then how would you play?
Mm. I think I just capture on h5 again.
No, now you create a double check.
Ah, okay, yeah.
So, and
Whoops.
king h7, queen g8, knight
Mm-hmm.
f5 is a checkmate.
Mm-hmm.
So the position is absolutely winning after h7. Okay,
Mm.
let's go back. So d5 was a mistake, and after e5 we realized that we have a strong square on d4. What does it mean? So how d4 helped white to continue the attack on the king side? What do you think?
Mm. Sorry, so what happened in the game was that they
So d5
yeah.
was played, what was
Yeah.
a positional mistake. And after e5, knight d7, white started the attack on the queen side. So
Yes.
was it because the control of d4 square or not?
I well, I mean, this whole line wouldn't have really been possible without that move, so I guess.
Yeah, actually, the idea is that because we control the d4 square, we prevent his pieces maneuvers. At the same time, we don't allow him to open the center, so
Mm-hmm.
he can't have any counterplay in the center.
Yeah.
So that's why we can even start the attack on the king side and even push the g pawn, which is not a common move when we are castled to the same sides. Okay, good. There is one more example.